Hi, everyone, and welcome to the CSA's orientation presentation. First off, I want to start by welcoming you not only to this presentation, but also to the Asper School of Business. And of course, congratulations. I know that each year getting into the faculty becomes more and more challenging. So I do want to congratulate each of you. You should all be incredibly proud of this accomplishment. And I hope you are super excited for what your time at Asper has in store for you, because I can promise from my personal experiences that it will be nothing like you imagine. And I know it's a cliche, but it certainly will go by a lot faster than you think. So definitely cherish that. So to start off, I know you're probably wondering who the voice behind your screen is right now, so we'll do some introductions. So my name is Stephanie Kalo, and I'm this year's Commerce Students Association, or CSA President. So a bit about me. I am entering my fourth year at Asper at the moment. I started at Asper straight out of high school, so I did the direct entry program, and I am double majoring in both accounting and marketing. During my time at Asper, I have been incredibly involved in a number of different ways, which I will talk about a little bit later in this presentation. But what I have found and what I want to share with each of you is really the importance of not only getting involved in Asper, but also getting your name and your face out there, making connections, and not being afraid to reach out to people. Because as you will soon discover for yourselves, we really are a tight-knit community here at Asper, and everyone around you wants to see you succeed. They're there to support you. So never be afraid, never be intimidated, because like I said, we are all there to help one another. We're a very tight-knit community, and that's really what this faculty and our program is all about. Now, many of you are probably wondering, what is the Commerce Students Association, or the CSA? So the CSA was founded in 1944, and we're actually the largest students association on campus. And our mission is essentially to enrich the undergraduate program experience for students like yourselves at Asper. So we are an entirely student-run organization, and the way that we do that is we put on a number of events throughout the year. We provide student services, whether it is tutoring services or funding to send you to different case competitions or conferences across the country. That is really what we're there for. And on top of that, we also represent 1,800 undergraduate Asper students. So something that I want to let you know right away is that the CSA is there for everyone, meaning that just by virtue of being a student enrolled at Asper, you are automatically considered a member of the CSA. So although we do have some positions that are both elected or appointed, you do not need to sit on our council or to have a position to be considered a member of the CSA. And the reason I want to stress this is because many people sometimes think that because they don't sit on the council or they don't have a position, they're not necessarily entitled to the same experiences or programs that any other Asper student on the CSA would be. But that is not the case. Like I said, you are all members, so welcome officially to the CSA. We are thrilled to have you, and we hope that we will see you getting involved, putting your face out there, attending our events, and just really taking advantage of all the opportunities that there are through the CSA and at Asper at large. Now, speaking of which, if you are someone who is looking for an opportunity right off the bat to get involved, there is actually a spot for you on our council. So we have two first-year representative spots, which I'll talk about in just a moment. So if you are elected to one of those two positions, you are actually an elected member of the CSA General Council, and you will be part of all of our meetings and all of our services and programs that we put on, just like any other member of our council. So as you can see here on the side, there's just a picture of our council. There's about 50 of us in total, and this was from our retreat last year. So we like to get together, obviously, whenever we can, and have fun, work hard, and really, it's all about giving back to students like yourselves. So just to give you sort of an idea of some of the things that the CSA does, these stats are just from last year alone. So last year we put on over 50 CSA events. Now these events range from academic events to professional development events and programs, and of course our very popular social events. We issued over 8,000 tickets for these various events last year, and we actually have two charity campaigns that we support each year, which I will talk about a little bit later. So these are very important to us. We support the Shinorama campaign and then the 5 Days for the Homeless campaign. And last year, we were really proud of our charity committees and our campaigns who were able to raise over $50,000 collectively for our charities. So something that's very important to us is giving back to our community, and that's one way in which we do so. And then a couple of other stats here that you can take a look at. And of course, none of this could be accomplished with our 50-person council alone, so we rely heavily on student volunteers. Last year, that included over 300 volunteers that helped us reach these various milestones. Now, as I was mentioning before, the first year representative position. So like I said, these are elected positions. These elections typically take place in September. So if you are a first year student, and to clarify, that doesn't necessarily mean it is your first year in university. As long as it is your first year in Asper, you are eligible to be someone who runs for the first year representative spot. So if this is your first year in Asper, you can put your name out there, you can run in the election, and if you're elected, you and your co-chair will oversee a committee called the First Year Committee. Now this committee, and you can see here on the side, there's a picture of last year's team. So this committee is made up of 9 other Asper students who are also in their first year in the faculty. And essentially what the committee does is they act as the representatives for first years at Asper. So they come to our meetings, they speak to us, about how first years are feeling, if there are certain events or services that they feel would really benefit that group of students. And they also put on their own events specifically for first years. So it's a really good opportunity to sort of see what the CSA is all about and to help be the liaison between the first year community and the greater student body at Asper. So if this is something that you're interested in, I would recommend looking out for the information session, which we'll be hosting virtually on September 15th, 2020. So all this information can be found on our Instagram, which is at AsperCSA. That is basically where we post most of our content. So if you're ever curious about something, that would probably be your first place that you should look. And what I would say as someone who was the first year rep in my year is it's a great opportunity. So even if it's not something you would normally do, or you've never run in an election before, that is no reason to be intimidated or not to try it out. I would say that even if you're not successful in gaining one of the 2 first year representative positions, it is a really good way to just have an excuse to talk to other people, to get your name and face out there, and to make those connections very early on, essentially in your first month at Asper. So I cannot recommend it enough. I had a great experience, and I would be happy to talk to any of you if you're on the fence or if you're considering it, because I just think it is a very unique experience and I would highly recommend it. And of course, if you are looking for more information, you can also head to our website. So that's aspercsa.com, and all of the information about the elections and also the various different positions on the committee can be found there. Another opportunity to get involved right away would be our mentorship program. So of course, university can be daunting right off the bat, and especially in a year like this, I imagine that many of you will have a lot of questions or would just love to get advice from someone in Asper who has been in the same position as you've been. So if that's the case, then the mentorship program is perfect for you. So what we do is we pair mentors and mentees together based on a common set of interests. So that way, you and your mentor have something to connect about right off the bat. And whether you want to talk to them about different classes or what they're majoring in, or if you just want to get any advice from them, what's great about this program is it really is just someone else in Asper who will be looking out for you. So even if you're just looking for a way to make a friend who maybe has a little bit more experience in the faculty, this is perfect because you guys can meet on a very casual basis. You can talk about whatever you'd like, and it's just another person in Asper who you know. And like I said before, the bigger network you can make in Asper, the better. And the good news is that the applications for this program are actually live right now. So if you're interested, you can apply at aspercsa.com/mentorship. And you'll see in the application that you will be asked about some of your personal interests, your hobbies, what you like to do outside of school. And the reason that we do that is so that we can try our best to pair you with someone who maybe has similar interests, and you guys will have something in common right off the bat to sort of kickstart your conversation. And then here we just have some of the reasons, or some of the benefits, I should say, of becoming a mentee. So of course, personal and professional growth. You can learn more about yourself and your career interests, because I'm sure when you're going into your first year, you're not necessarily sure what you want to major in. Or even if you are, it would be great to talk to someone who maybe is already in that program and is planning to major in the same thing and get some advice from them or hear about their experiences, expanding your personal network, which is huge. And then of course, just always meeting like-minded, driven people and helping you build self-confidence along the way. So as I mentioned briefly earlier, Shinerama is one of the 2 charity campaigns that we support on an annual basis. So Shinerama raises funds and awareness for Cystic Fibrosis Canada. So it's a very important cause that we are very happy to support and give back to each year. The reason I bring it up is there are a number of ways to get involved in Shinorama on a more casual basis. So if getting involved with a position, let's say, isn't necessarily something that you're interested in right off the bat, Shinorama is a great way to volunteer very casually. You can do as much or as little as you'd like, but it just helps you meet new people and get involved right away. And another thing for all of you to be aware of is the Shinorama textbook sale. So this is something we do each year at the beginning of each semester. So you'll see we will also have one in January, right before the start of the winter semester. And what it is a used textbook sale, and it's hosted by Shinorama, and it is all in support of the campaign. So it's a great opportunity because you can get your used textbooks for a much lower price than you would be able to find them elsewhere, and you're supporting a good cause in the process. So it's a win-win. And this year, it's actually all going to be conducted virtually. So it's really convenient because you can go online, search for the books that you need, find them for a great deal, and then you can essentially get them delivered straight to your door. So very easy for you. And if it's your first year in university, or sorry, if it's your first year entering Asper, but not your first year in university, and you have some older textbooks that you might want to sell yourself, you can also do that through the textbook sales. So I would encourage you to look out again on our Instagram for more information. This will be taking place from now until mid-September, so there's lots of time for you to go take a look. And then, of course, you can visit the website, so that's shinetoba.ca, to get involved or learn more. Lastly, another great opportunity for you if you are looking to meet some like-minded people in the various fields at Asper is our student action groups, or our STAGs. So we have 13 STAGs, and what's great about these groups is that they are more specific to every major. So even if you're not sure if, let's say, accounting is something for you, you can join the accounting STAG, and it is just a group of people who are interested in or majoring in the same thing as you. Most of these STAGs are free to join, which is great. So you can become a member of their mailing list. They will let you know about different opportunities or networking events or just different ways to meet all of those students. And as first years, you are all eligible to be part of these STAGs. You can automatically become members by signing up. So I would recommend taking a look through the different STAGs. You can join as many as you'd like. And yeah, really there is lots of benefit to getting involved in these different groups and learning a little bit more about the various specific disciplines that they offer. So that sort of wraps up the presentation. I know that was probably a lot of information for many of you all at once, so please don't be overwhelmed. You can find all of the information that I said here today on our website, and as you can see here on the right, on the bottom, that's aspercsa.com. We really want to encourage all of you to stay in touch. Like I said, we post a lot of our content and a lot of this information on our Instagram, so that's sort of our main spot to find this information, and that's at aspercsa. We also have a newsletter, so we send out a bi-weekly newsletter which sort of just highlights the different opportunities or events that are coming up. So that's a really great way to stay in the know and to stay in touch, because every 2 weeks you will get that newsletter from us. So if you're interested in subscribing to that, that's aspercsa.com/ and then #subscribe. Or if you want to contact us directly, if you have more one-on-one questions, or if you just want to chat, you can all feel free to email me. So that's president@aspercsa.com. Or if you would like to meet with any of our executive members of the CSA, we are all happy to book a meeting with you. Of course, that'll all be conducted virtually, so super easy. And to do that, you can visit the link in our Instagram bio at AsperCSA, and you will see there the option to book a meeting with any of us. I know myself and my team would be very excited to connect with all of you, and we are looking forward to hopefully meeting you all soon, and in the meantime, staying in touch. I want to wish you all the best of luck in your first year at Asper. I know you will all do a fantastic job. I want to encourage you to reach out, don't be afraid to ask questions or ask for advice, and like I said before, we are really all here to help you and support you along your journey. So best of luck, and I hope you found this helpful.